Welcome back to my channel, guys. So we'll continue with the string concept in Java, for at least in the English language. So this is going to be the second video of strings, and in today's video we'll discuss about string constant literal pool or string constant pool or string literal pool. I've discussed this extensively in the Hindi playlist, but anyways, I'll continue with English. So let's go ahead and directly jump in and understand what it is. So let me create a new class which will be string constant pool. Okay, so the very first thing which we need to understand is actually what is string constant pool. What is this? Why are we discussing this? What is this string constant pool or string literal pool? Okay, it's the same, string constant pool or string literal pool, whatever you can say. So what is this? This is nothing but the simple answer it is a memory location. As simple as that. This is nothing but a memory location which stores string objects. As simple as that. Okay, it is a memory location which stores string objects. Now somebody will also say, okay, in Java there are so many memory locations, so is string constant pool another memory location? So first we'll discuss what are the different memory location areas or memory storage areas, okay, in Java. So basically the ones which we know are, like, one is method area. Okay, everyone must be knowing about this. The most commonly used and the most widely used is heap area, and then we have the stack area. We also have the PC register. We also have, let's say, native method area. Okay, now is there a sixth memory location known as SCP or SLP? No. SCP or SLP fall under this area, heap area. SCP or SLP fall here. It falls here in the heap area. Okay, and what does basically this means, and why is SCP given such a significant is given such a significant place in in the memory location? Because the most important aspect of it is that it is used to manipulate the size. That is why. Manipulation of size. This is the reason why SCP is quite vividly used as a memory location within the heap area. So you'll explain this much better once we go into the coding side of it, and then I'll explain to you in a very simplistic manner how this SCP or SLP area actually works in terms of the memory allocation. So let's jump into it. Okay, so let's say, for example, I'm creating a string. Okay, I'm creating string s1 equals to new string. Okay, so I have created a string object. Okay, the string object is this. The string is a class. It is referring, the reference is s1. That's it. So what happens here? What basically happens here? So here, what basically happens is an object is created. And where is it stored? And it is stored in the heap area. Sorry. So this particular string object is stored in the heap area. Okay. Now, let's say, for example, I write something like this: string s2 equal to new string, and I'll pass a literal inside of it. Let's say selenium. Now what happens? How many objects are created in this particular statement? Okay, 2 objects are created. 2 objects are created. One in the heap area and the other the SCP or SLP area. That is what we will discuss. Okay, so let's go and understand this in the form of an MS Paint. I'm not very good with this designing things, but please tolerate. So let's say, for example, this big rectangle box is the okay, I'll decrease this size, it's too big. So let's say, for example, this is the heap area. Okay, this is the heap area, and within the heap area there is this SCP, or this round circle represents the SCP or SLP area. So I'll write it here. This fellow, the whole square box, is the heap area, and this one here, this round box, is nothing but the SCP or SLP, whatever you want to call. Okay, now we'll go back to our code. Here, if you are creating this particular string object in this particular fashion, wherein with new keyword it is creating an object, as well as this literal we are passing. So I said here two objects are created, one in the heap area and the other in the SCP area. So what does this actually mean? This means, let's say for example, in the heap area an object gets created. An object gets created, and inside Selenium is there. Okay, but also I said one object is created in the SCP area. So here also one object will be created with Selenium literal inside of it. That is the beauty of this particular statement. Whereas in this particular thing, only an object will be created. For string s1 equal to new string, only an object will be created, nothing else. Just an object will be created. Oops, sorry. Just an object will be created, because there is no literal pass inside of it. Only s1 will point to it. So if I create s1 over here, only s1 will be pointing to this particular object for this particular statement. But for this particular statement, an object will be created which will have a literal of Selenium inside the heap area, as well as another object in the SCP SLP area will be created with the literal Selenium inside of it. Now this S2, who will it refer to? It will obviously refer to the new object created in the heap area with the new keyword. So S2 will be referring to this particular object in the heap area. So now something also has to refer to this particular object. So who will refer to this particular object? By default, Java Virtual Machine creates an internal reference which actually points to this particular object inside the SCP or SLP area. So it is a hypothetical creation. Okay, so let's say this is an JVM internal reference. So JVM internal reference. Okay, this particular hypothetical being will refer this particular object. Okay, so this is an important interview concept. Please understand this. Whenever an object is created in the SCP or SLP area, JVM internal reference is created which refers to this particular object. Okay, because this particular reference is referring to the object created via the new keyword in the heap area. This S2 will not refer to this object created in the SCP SLP area, rather this JVM internal reference will point to this. Please understand this. This is a very important concept and is also an interview concept. Like I told you in one of my previous videos, that even if you don't create a constructor, by default JVM will create an internal constructor for creation of objects. Similarly, JVM will also create a special reference which is known as JVM internal reference, which will refer to the object inside the SCP or SLP. This is a hypothetical situation, but this does exist. Okay, now what is the next thing that we need to learn? So let's say for example, if I delete something, if I delete this one, let's say for example I delete this. Okay, so let's say I'll delete it right now. I deleted it. Okay, so what happens? This thing will get deleted too. This thing will get deleted as well. All the reference and everything will get deleted because I deleted it. So what happens from the garbage? So the garbage collector concept also will come into picture. If I am not using this particular thing, if I'm deleting it manually, that's fine. But let's say, for example, I have created an object inside the heap area for which there is no internal reference. Then what will happen? Okay, let me keep it back. Okay. Okay, let me write it down. So let's say for example, I will create another object, something like this, new string. So what will happen? Obviously an object is created. For this one, the object did exist. Okay, but now for this one, an object will be created. But am I referring it to something? No. Is anything referring to this particular new string, row number 17? No. There is no reference point. So what happens? Garbage collector, what will it do? If it does not find any reference, it will remove it, right? So there is no reference for this particular gentleman, for this particular object created in the heap area. So what will happen? The garbage collector will come into picture and it will get deleted. So now the question comes, interview question, but I don't know whether somebody will ask you this. Will garbage collector also work for objects inside SCP area? Answer is no. Why? Because see, by default, the objects created in the SCP or SLP area are referred by this hypothetical JVM internal reference. That means there is some form of a reference, right? Whether it is hypothetical or direct, there is some reference. So garbage collector will not violate JVM and not delete. If this thing will not delete this, but in case of this kind of a scenario, garbage collector will delete the unnecessary data, but here it will not. So the objects created inside the string constant pool or string literal pool do not fall under the category of garbage collector in case they are not being used, because they will not be deleted, it will be there. If this thing is not getting used in heap area, it will get deleted by garbage collection. But anything inside the SCP SLP area, even if it is unused, will not be deleted by garbage collector. Please remember this. Okay, now let us understand something. In my previous video, I did tell you that we can create string objects in various ways. One of the ways is directly creating an object like this. Let's say string S3, I will write here, good morning, for example. So I have created a string object directly by applying the string class with a reference and passing a literal directly inside of it. So what happens in this particular statement? This particular good morning is nothing but a literal, right? So this object is directly created inside the string constant pool or the string literal pool, and this object, the string object, is created inside the SCP or the SLP, and it is not created inside the heap area. So technically one object is created. Okay, if we directly write something like this, one object is created. If we write something like this, also one object is created, but this object is created in the heap area, and in this situation the object is created in the SCP or SLP area. But in this kind of a situation, one object is created in the heap area and one object is created in the string constant pool or string literal pool area. Please remember, these are very important concepts. Okay, now So if somebody will ask you, can you please tell the difference between these two statements, this versus this statement? So what will you do? So if somebody asks you the difference, so this is one, this is the syntax to create objects in string. This is also a syntax to create an object in a string, but what is the basic difference? So as per our understanding so far, here two objects are created, one in the heap area and the other one in the SCP or SLP area. But in this particular situation, one object is created, and that too only in the SCP area. That's it. This object is not created in the heap area. Okay, this is the first point. Now there is one more thing. I have asked this in interview as well. This one is heavy because see, you are creating multiple objects. By writing this statement, you are creating multiple objects in heap area and SCP area. So obviously this, if you go on creating objects in automation using strings like this, because see, string classes are most widely used to create objects in automation frameworks. So imagine you are creating automation inside an automation framework. You are going on creating objects, one in SCP area, one in heap area. So you are overloading it because it is getting heavier and heavier. Heavy because multiple objects are created. And then technically this one is lighter because only one object is created. Correct? Now what could be the next difference? This is not too recommended. See, if it is a small project, then it is fine, but if the project is expansively huge, I recommend please go with this format of creating string objects directly by passing the literal and not by using the new keyword. This particular concept will not slow down your execution. The automation execution time will not be slow, but this will be comparatively much slow and it will be much more heavier as well. So you don't want to burden, because the purpose of automation is to make things faster and lighten up your code, not keeping it more heavy. Otherwise it basically defeats the purpose of automation. So if you are an automation engineer, please use creation of string objects directly by passing the string literal in conjunction with the string class with a direct reference point. That's it. No need to use the new keyword. Even this will work. I'm not saying that this is not going to work. This will work, but this is a better approach. Again, how you want to do that, it is totally up to you. Now we'll learn something else. Okay, now let's say for example we'll try to create another string. Let's say string s4 equal to new string, and I will write here, let's say Java. Okay, I have done this. So what happens when I do this? So what will happen is two objects are created. One is created in the heap area with Java literal passed inside of it, and this is referred by s4. So one second. So s4 will be pointing to it. Okay, now this is done. What happens next? We have another object which is created in the SCP area with this particular literal. So another object is created here with Java. Now who is referring to this? Obviously this hypothetical JVM is referring to this. As simple as that, because s4 is referring to this. S4 will not refer to this. Now what happens here? So two objects are created. Okay, now if I do something like this, again I will do something like string s5 equal to new string. Again I'll pass the same literal Java. Now what will happen here? Here the two objects got created. But if I do the same thing here with another string object with the same literal, what will happen? Only one object will be created in the heap area. And what do you mean by this? See, whenever you use a new keyword, an object will be created in the heap area, simple as that. But then what will happen is, when the time of creating the object using this particular literal in SCP will come into picture, JVM will go and find, okay, let me create an SCP, but it'll see, okay, Java is already there and it is being referred by some internal reference. So it will skip the concept of creating the second object. It will say it has the same literal already present inside of it and a hypothetical reference is already there. So why do I need to create something which is already referred by any by my hypothetical reference? Makes no sense to create another object in SCP area with the same literal and which is again getting referred by my hypothetical reference. So for this row number 29, only one object will be created, that too in the heap area. That's it. This one will remain as it is. So JVM will anyways point out, okay, I already have it and the same literal is there, so I need not make one. This is a very, very important concept. 90% of the people do this mistake. Okay, now if I do something else like string s6, if I write directly Java, what will happen? How many objects will be created now? 0 objects will be created. The only difference that will happen is, when you create such an object, it directly gets created in this string constant pool. JVM will come, it will say, okay, Java is already there. The only difference is, it was earlier being referred by JVM internal reference, now it is referred by S6. So JVM will just do this small bit, it will just refer itself by S6 directly, that's it. And this particular reference will not be there anymore because it has got a very concrete reference. It does not need the hypothetical reference provided by JVM. So this thing will be gone. That is the only difference which will happen for this particular object created with the same literal. Now if you ask me, what will happen if I do string s7 equal to Java again? Same thing. No object, 0 objects will be created. The only difference that will happen is, this particular object which is already present in the SCP will be referred by both S6 and S7. That's it. That is what is going to happen. Yes, I understand this concept is little complicated. It became complicated because of the introduction of this JVM internal reference, which is a hypothetical reference. But if you understand the concept and try to work out with this whatever I have said, and you can read it from any book. I mean, you can go to the Bible of Java and read. They will also tell you the same thing in a very complicated manner. I've tried to simplify it as much as possible, but this is how string constant pool works. This is how references work. This is how JVM internal reference, which is a hypothetical reference, works. This is how number of objects are created in the heap area and the SCP or SLP area. This is how something fall under garbage collection and something, in spite of the fact they are not directly referred by any concrete reference, rather being referred by an internal reference which is hypothetical in nature, still then they are not falling under the garbage collection. So because of so many privileges and so many flexibilities of SCP, which is string constant pool or string literal pool area, this particular concept is extremely important, and it is extremely important in case of designing frameworks, especially when you are creating objects. I've already discussed this very thoroughly. Please watch this video multiple number of times if you fail to understand, or else you can put it in the comment section. I'll definitely get back to you. I hope you enjoyed this session, and please continue to support my channel. And if you go to my playlist section, Java in Hindi has a lot many more videos, because there are 10 videos which are exceeding in the form of strings, but slowly and steadily Java in English will catch up. So this video will fall in the Java in English section. Please refer to this particular playlist, because next 10 videos will be for the English playlist. Thank you so much. Sarthak here, signing off.